But let's find out if Manchester United are actually serious contenders for the Europa League title. Unbeaten in their campaign so far, bludgeoning their way through the competition. They've reached the quarter-finals, but will quality count the most at this stage? Olympique Lyonnais want to land the first blow on United. The first leg at the Groupama Stadium, live on Talksport, with former Watford captain Troy Deeney and our very own Alex Crook.
Thank you, Hugh. Good evening, everybody. Lyon is known as the birthplace of cinema. Manchester United are hoping their horror show of a season can yet have a Hollywood ending. The public spat between United goalkeeper Andre Onana and their former midfielder Nemanja Matic has had us all reaching for the popcorn in the build-up to this one. So kick back, make yourselves comfortable, because the real theatre is about to unfold. And the one thing guaranteed with this United team is there'll be plenty of plot twists over the course of the two legs of this quarter-final. Troy Deeney is alongside me. We are just about set for kick-off in France. What type of game are you expecting, Troy?
Weirdly, I'm expecting an open game. I'm expecting both teams to have no fear of the other team, try and implement their style and their formation that the manager set them out in, and go and try and taking hold of this two-legged affair tonight. Lyon will feel they've got goals within the team, and Man United will feel that they're in a position where they've sorted out the back line, they've sorted out their style of play, and now they want to be impressed with that final bit, which is going to scoring more goals. So it's a really intriguing game, and I'm expecting a really entertaining game.
We are off and underway. Lyon all in white, shooting from right to left in this first half. Manchester United in their all-blue away strip are attacking the goal away to our right. The last time these two met in a competitive European game, it was in the Champions League back in 2008. Cristiano Ronaldo scored the winner for Manchester United. They went on to lift the European Cup. Maybe that's an omen that Ruben Amorim, who's named an unchanged team for the first time in his tenure as Old Trafford manager, will cling on to tonight. United in possession with their right wing-back Diogo Dalot. A reminder, over on Talksport 2 right now, we've got the first leg of Tottenham against Frankfurt and their Europa League quarter-final already. We've brought you Chelsea's comfortable win away from home in Poland in the Conference League. What can Manchester United deliver tonight in what is now a do-or-die situation, languishing in 13th place in the Premier League? The only chance that Amorim has to bring European football to Old Trafford next season is by going all the way in this competition. They've got a free kick because Alejandro Garnacho has just taken a kick on the ankle. Paulo Fonseca, the Lyon manager, is on the touchline tonight. That's significant because he's currently serving a 9-month ban domestically after an altercation with a referee, but that ban doesn't stretch to European matches. And United have a free kick deep inside their own half, away to our left. 2 minutes gone, and after all those transport problems the Manchester United fans have had getting into the stadium, this park, Olympique Lyonnais, does look pretty much packed to capacity as Dorgu is put under pressure by Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and I think a little bit fortunately left wing back to win a free kick. I'll just remind you of the Manchester United 11, same as started the derby against City on Sunday. Onana in goal, Mazraoui, Maguire and Yoro the back three, Dalot and Dorgu the wing backs, Casemiro and Ugarte in midfield, with Fernandes and Alejandro Garnacho in behind Rasmus Højlund in attack. Kobbie Mainoo is amongst the United subs. He's missed the last 10 games due to injury. 2.5 minutes gone, Troy, and quite a laboured start.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting to see that we're in a situation where it's bitty again with the fouls. Both teams trying to lay that first tackle, let the opposition know who's in charge. I think for Man U, again, Garnacho did get a foul, but he was sloppy in the pass. Dorgu could have got caught there, but got away with a foul. So Man U haven't started these first couple of minutes sharp, and their passing has been a little bit loose, so you'd expect them to pick this up, because Lyon will feel that this is giving them opportunity to be in the game.
Yeah, it's been a real stop-start opening to the game. We've got another delay here because Clinton Mata, the big Angolan centre-back for Lyon, just took a whack as he was competing aerially with Rasmus Højlund. This game brought to you in partnership with TNT Sports, the home of European football. 3 minutes gone, it's Lyon 0, Manchester United 0. And that 0-0 draw in the derby on Sunday in the Premier League was the 8th time under Ruben Amorim that Manchester United have fired a blank. Still, Mata is down receiving treatment. So no real flow to proceedings as of yet, and he's got some concerned teammates around him, Troy.
Yeah, he's just landed on his head because he's got to jump for the ball, and it's something that happens a lot. As a striker, you know the defender's coming, so Højlund just ducked his shoulder, and what's happened is it's allowed for the defender to win the header, but he's in no control as he's flicked over the top of him, and it looks like he's landed on the back of his head. He'll be okay, but it's just it's one of those shock ones when you've hit the ground hard and your head's giving a little bit of a wobble.
Well, they've sent Duje Kaleta-Sar out to warm up. The Croatian had a loan spell at Southampton a few seasons ago. So Jim Ratcliffe, Manchester United's minority owner, sat in the front row of the director's box. He'll know all about Lyon because of his association with French football. I'm not sure that's a brilliant omen that Ratcliffe is amongst the crowd. They've not won too many games when he's been in situ this season, but then they've not won too many games in general. Free kick then for Lyon. The goalkeeper, Lucas Perry, launches it high up into the sky, nodded away by Maguire, who lasted for 65 minutes in the derby on Sunday, taken off as a precaution towards the end of that game. No Matthijs de Ligt in the travelling party for United as Maguire in the bright orange boots sprays the ball out to Dalot on this near right-hand side. 5 minutes gone. You're listening to Talksport on this big European night, 0-0 in the French Alps as Maguire just strokes the ball out to his left and Leny Yoro. No real tempo to Manchester United's players yet. Dorgu up towards Højlund, the halfway line. He's got room to turn.
There you go.
Rasmus Højlund, and plays a neat ball out to Dalot. Dalot quickly goes up through the gears and then knocks it out to Garnacho, right corner of the area. His cross is blocked initially, comes back to Garnacho, and then he feels he was upended by the challenge from Akuuku. And it will be a Manchester United free kick, and already the first goal has gone in at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Here's Ian Abrahams.
Tottenham Hotspur 0 and Frankfurt 1. Hugo Ekitike has got the goal, picked up the ball on the left-hand side, cut along the edge of the penalty area just outside, and hit a right-footed shot beyond Vicario's left hand. Spurs are shocked here. Spurs 0, Eintracht Frankfurt 1.
Spurs are shocked. I'm not sure anybody else is. Tottenham behind. 6 minutes gone here. It's Lyon 0, Manchester United 0. Free kick for United. Bruno Fernandes is going to play it in from the right-hand side. And he chips it towards the edge of the 6-yard box. He goes all the way through with Casemiro flying to try and get a header on it. And the goalkeeper, Perry, in the end has to push it behind for a corner. Casemiro didn't make contact. And in fact, it was the player in front of the goalkeeper, Tolisso, the Lyon captain, who hooked it behind for a corner for United. What a ball from Fernandes.
What a ball, what quality, but also what quality from Tosselu just to get a touch there. Most players would have left that, just bouncing 3 yards out in front of the goalkeeper. Most players would have left that and tried to get the keeper to deal with it. Real good captaincy play, cleared that ball away, but Man U look a threat already from set pieces, Alex.
Yeah, corner from the left-hand side here, first of the evening. Referee has just spotted more pushing and shoving between Højlund and Akuuku this time. Højlund whispering in the ear of Leny Yoro as Fernandes lines up to whip in this ball. Right-footed from the left-hand side. Plenty of blue jerseys to aim at. That was a disappointing delivery. Headed away by Maitland-Niles at the near post, and Dorgu has played it back to the halfway line, and the Moroccan international Mazraoui. 8 minutes played. Lyon 0, Manchester United 0. Spurs already a goal down against Frankfurt over on Talksport 2. And 0-0 at Ibrox. Rangers playing host to Athletic Bilbao. The winners of that tie will play either Lyon or Manchester United in the semi-finals. We really are at the business end of proceedings now, with Alexander Lacazette, once of Arsenal, looking on from the Lyon bench. I'm sure we'll see him at some point this evening. Started the game against Lille at the weekend, but Georges Mikatadze, the Georgian, preferred to Lacazette this evening, as Ugarte wins it back high up the field and then looks to play in Højlund. Stealing a march there was Veretout, and Lyon now able to come forward down their right-hand side. The game just starting to open up after a very cagey first few minutes. Stop-start due to a couple of injury issues, and the ball is now with Akuuku in the centre of midfield for Lyon. Big selection from Paulo Fonseca in that regard tonight. He's only played 10 games since joining the club, the Ivorian, back in 2023, but gets the nod this evening. Lyon enjoying A prolonged spell of possession here. It's back with Ainsley Maitland-Niles inside his own half, the England international. And Mata now will play it back to the goalkeeper, Lucas Perry. 0-0, 9 minutes played.
It's a battle of the two shapes as well, isn't it, Alex? You're just seeing Lyon building out from the back. They got really high with the wing backs. That's why obviously Maitland-Niles is in there as well. But they hit that big diag, trying to stretch Man U, and as Man U retreat, they go back and then they just build the play up again. So this is going to be really patient build up from Lyon. I just think with Man United in that build up, they did really well. Come down that left hand side, opened up the channels, play the ball into Rasmus Højlund, gets it, plays it out to the right hand side. That's the brilliant bit that's happening. It's then after the fact, go and bust a gut to get in the box, go and actually have a bit of quality to put it into the box. That's the final bit of detail that they need to work on, and once they've worked on that, you'll start seeing a much better Man United team, because they're all in sync. The way that they're pressing at the moment, there's no one running individually, it's all together, and they know they can get in.
They've only lost one of their last 9 in all competitions. Manchester United, I think Ruben Amorim, after the last couple of Premier League games, have been saying that he's relatively satisfied with the performances, even if the victories aren't necessarily coming. Here's Veretout, edge of the Manchester United area, away to our left-hand side. Tolisso, the captain, plays the ball into the centre of midfield, where Mata is well forward from the back. Everybody in Manchester United blue currently camped in their own final third, trying to keep that defensive shape that Troy has been alluding to. And here is Rayan Cherki. Oh, that's a good ball into the penalty area, and it was nodded down by Tagliafico, the left back, and Dalot had to make the interception, or it may well have been a goal scoring opportunity for the skipper Tolisso. Well defended corner for Lyon, 0-0.
Yeah, they need to be careful with that. We just alluded to it, that high left wing back gets really high, like a left winger at times. And what Lyon try to do, they try and suck you into that right hand side by keeping little passes, getting Man U to look there. As soon as they feel that they've over delivered, they just hit that big diag, and he was in at the back post. So really good defending from Dalot to get back, because that could have been a goal scoring opportunity.
It's Lyon's first corner. Now Mata will take it from the left hand side, right footed towards the near post. Bruno Fernandes nods it away, and then as Veretout tried to put it back into the penalty area, it goes out for a Manchester United throw on this right-hand side. Fernandes in a hurry, trying to release Garnacho down the right, but Veretout back there to his goalkeeper, Lucas Perry, the Brazilian. All in red, away to our right-hand side, and he plays it back into the Lyon midfield. 12 minutes played, we await the first goal here. A reminder, Tottenham already 1-0 down in the first leg of their Europa League quarter-final, at home to Eintracht Frankfurt. Hugo Ekitike, who's attracting plenty of Premier League interest, the goal scorer. And 0-0 at Ibrox, where David Tanner will be keeping us bang up to date with events between Rangers and Bilbao in the other quarter-final on United's half of the draw in this Europa League. Here is Tolisso now, out to the left-hand side. We're going to head to Ibrox in a moment. Drama nice there, but Lyon trying to make their way into the penalty area. Again, Dalot does well up against Georgios Mikitadze and wins a goal kick for his team. And there's been a red card at Ibrox. David Tanner.
And after a VAR check, Rangers are down to 10 men. Robin Proper sent off for a foul right on the edge of the box, and Athletic Bilbao have got a free kick now. That's a real blow for Rangers. The atmosphere is electric, as you can imagine, but that has knocked the stuffing out of Barry Ferguson's plans. 12 minutes gone, it's Rangers 0, Athletic Bilbao 0.
Down, and it's still goalless in Lyon, where Manchester United are the visitors. And Anana, the goalkeeper, who's courted plenty of headlines this week with the comments he made leading up to this game, plays it long outfield looking for Bruno Fernandes, but Lyon have smuggled it clear and in the end win a throw 7 or 8 yards inside their own half of the field, away to our right at this vast Parc Olympique Lyonnais arena, 60,000 capacity, and the home fans making plenty of racket early on, as again they look to release Mikitadze down the left-hand side. He's going to take on Mazraoui into the penalty area. Mikitadze, Mazraoui slides in and he diverts the ball into the safe hands of Andre Onana.
It's really good defending from Mazraoui as well. He's getting backed up into his own box. He doesn't dive in. He shuffles his feet left, right. And as the winger goes to the byline, most defenders now go with that silly motion of sticking their hands behind the back and make themselves smaller. He dives in, makes himself as big as he can, deflected up, and it's a nice, easy save for Onana. It does feel to me, though, Crookie, at this first 13, 15, 14 minutes into the game, that Lyon will be the happier. They seem to have settled into their stride a bit now. Man United try to take the sting out of it as we speak, but it does just feel as if Man U are a little bit glitchy at the moment. It's not free-flowing as they would want it.
Yeah, it's been a very defensive approach from United so far. Fernandes looking to change that, though, with the ball in behind. I think intended for Patrick Dorgu. Højlund was in the vicinity as well, but Lyon had enough white jerseys back there, and I wonder if Bruno Fernandes, and looking at your eye-rolling reaction, Troy, if he'd have wanted Højlund, his number 9, maybe to be a bit more on his toes in that instance.
It isn't meant for Højlund. It's a ball for Dorgu, but because he's played it with his left foot, it's bended inside towards the striker, and he starts to run, Højlund, and then gives up. I just think when you're in that moment that he's in at the moment, and Xerxes, where they're not playing as well, just run as hard as you can. And what actually happened, the two defenders left it for each other. So if he was running just on the what-if moment, he'd actually got the ball and been running through on goal. So the frustration for me is when players who are not playing well are still trying to be perfect. You can't be perfect. Just go and work hard and run around and try your best, because something will come for you.
Here come Lyon at the other end. Ball sprayed out to the left-hand side, and Tagliafico, the former Ajax left-back, back into the centre of the park, and Tolisso. Well, they're building up a head of steam here. Lyon, Tolisso with a shot, blocked on the edge of the box by Mazraoui, and the ball ricochets off his right knee and all the way to the halfway line. It stays goalless.
It's good play, though, isn't it? Intricate play, 1 and 2 touch play from Lyon. Every single attacking player is just rotating. There's no left winger, right winger. Once they've got the ball, they have the freedom to go and move around and go pick pockets up, and it's really difficult as a defensive team as well, Alex, to not know who the striker is to pick or who the winger is. It's just whoever comes into your area. And with how Man United want it to be at the moment, where they're trying to press and trying to get after people, it's really hard if you go and press and somebody else runs into your space. So really good from Lyon at the moment.
Yeah, the home side dominating possession. And they have the ball with the left-back Tagliafico. As I say that, he gives it away to Diogo Dalot. They've only lost 2 of their last 20 Europa League games, Lyon. In good form in Ligue 1 as well, looking to qualify for the Champions League via the league route. Manchester United putting all their eggs very much in this Europa League basket in that respect, as Harry Maguire, the England defender, just strokes the ball out to this right-hand side, and Dalot once more. 17 minutes gone. You're listening to Talksport, and it's Lyon 0, Manchester United 0. Maguire with a long ball forward, trying to seek out Garnacho, headed away by Mata, the Angolan, and picked up in the left-back position by Tagliafico. Made his name, Nicolas Tagliafico, the Argentine, playing under former Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag at Ajax. There's Lyon in possession with the right-back Maitland-Niles. There's a relatively good record, Maitland-Niles, when it comes to facing Manchester United. 6 previous appearances, 3 wins and a draw from those 6 games. Zugarte is a bit overzealous in the challenge, bundling over Corentin Tolisso, the Lyon captain, 10 yards outside his own penalty area. It'll be a free kick for the home side. You are listening to Lyon against Manchester United in the Europa League, live on Talksport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car, making a big move or planning a clear out with vans of all shapes and sizes. If you've got a plan, we've got a van. Here's Højlund with a plan to try and get a shot away from the edge of the penalty area after Dorgu had done brilliantly down the left-hand side. It's on a plate for Højlund, and that sums up the lack of confidence that United's number 9 has at this moment in time. It's a weak effort, left-footed, scuffed into the ground, didn't even reach the goal.
This is all Højlund's fault, but I just want to give you a little insight into how difficult it is for strikers. That set from Dorgu is terrible. He's bounced it into, it's just a little leave with your left foot so that the striker could come on it. He's actually bounced it into Rasmus Højlund. Yes, the contact is terrible, and yes, he should hit the target at least. but you've got to give your strikers a chance. And this is the little details I'm talking about, Alex. When with what Ruben Amorim will want with this Man United team, he will want them to be able to think about those details. To nick the ball high back up with really good pressure, but you can't then bounce it into your striker and say go and score that. You've got to give him something to build on, and it's really poor, and you just see that lack of belief throughout the team when that moment happens.
Lyon have just won a corner. Ball was floated from the right wing to the left corner of the penalty area, nodded down by Tagliafico. Well forward again down the Lyon left-hand side, and Mazraoui with no real option but to nod it behind. And again, Andre Onana is going to have to be on his toes here, the Manchester United goalkeeper. A rare home clean sheet for him in that 0-0 draw with City at the weekend. The corner is taken short and played in towards the 6-yard box. It's another decent header away by Dalot this time, with Tolisso lurking for a second Lyon corner in quick succession. Not really got going yet, Manchester United. 20 minutes played, it's goalless, but Lyon certainly looking the more likely to open the scoring here on Talksport. Corner to be played in from the right. Cherki with the delivery. Nodded clear by Casemiro, only to the edge of the penalty area, and it's thumped high over the crossbar by Thiago Almada. And Manchester United will restart with a goal kick.
He's a highly sought after player, isn't he? Almada. As that ball just dropping down there, Almada just tried to hit it on the half volley, and unfortunately just hit, as it's bouncing up, he just got that, sliced it and kind of got high, wide and ugly. And just seeing a few pictures here of some legends in front of us. That was like Diarra and Loic Remy, I'm going to say. Is that a good name for me? Good spot?
Yeah, former Newcastle and QPR striker.
I'm happy with that one.
Great knowledge, Troy. That's why you get the big bucks. Onana with the miscue clearance from inside his own 6-yard box. Kept in play by Tolisso on the near side, but picked up by Maguire. And then Casemiro looks to chip it over the top for Fernandes. It's another hopeless rather than orchestrated through ball, though, and Dorgu does well actually to force Maitland-Niles to knock the ball out for a throw. Luke Shaw watching on from the Manchester United bench. He was back in the squad for the first time this calendar year against City at the weekend. Mason Mount back to fitness as well, got a little cameo at the end of the derby, so slowly but surely they're getting their players back. Manchester United, there's every chance Amad Diallo, probably their star performer over the course of the season before injury, returns for the final weeks as well. Will those final weeks include a Europa League final in the Basque Country? Well, 0-0 here, so we are no further really to knowing who will emerge in this quarter-final tie. What looked like two pretty evenly matched sides so far. Maguire forward to Casemiro, a little back heel for Agate, and then Fernandes back to Lenny Yoro on halfway. Spurs a goal down at home to Frankfurt over on Talksport 2 in the Conference League earlier tonight. Chelsea 3-0 winners away from home in Warsaw.
Just need more from Rasmus Højlund there. The build-up's really good, but he's stopped doing his runs in behind now. He's running into bodies as opposed to running into the space. He looks a bit lost, doesn't he? He does look a bit lost at this moment in time.
I thought you absolutely nailed it when you were covering the defeat of Forest a couple of weeks ago, that midweek round the games, and you suggested that it doesn't matter who starts, Højlund or Xerxes, whichever one of them comes off the bench in the second half, they inevitably look better than the player they're replacing, and that must be a massive dilemma for Ruben Amorim. Here is Garnacho down the right-hand side. Does well to get there ahead of Tagliafico, and Dalot with the opportunity to come forward. Dalot crosses into the penalty area. It's behind Fernando. He tried to let it run through his legs for Højlund, but it's been poked clear by Jordan Veretout, and then collected on halfway by Maguire. You can see it when they do go up through the gears, Manchester United, when they inject a bit of urgency and tempo, they can get in behind, as Garnacho's done here. Pulls it back for Fernandes! And the shot takes a huge deflection, and that sends the ball spinning over the crossbar. But for the deflection, Bruno Fernandes may well have been celebrating yet another big European goal.
And again, no, not to pile in on Rasmus Højlund, but the ball goes into the penalty spot, and it's Fernandes with a good movement. To anyone who's listened, a bit like Moreno for Arsenal, goes in and checks out, gets the shot off on the penalty spot. I'm just looking at Højlund. He's running away from it. He's outside of the goal. He's now taking himself into positions where he can't score. So really, really interested to see how he develops here, because in that moment just beforehand,
Here's Dorga with a cross in towards Rasmus Højlund, heads it away from goal. Casemiro with the overhead kick into the arms of Lucas Perry. But again, Troy, it's a wicked delivery into the area. Højlund 7 yards out. Okay, he's facing away from goal. He pretty much nods it clear.
Yeah, he's just like body shape wise, and he just seems to be like he's got all the attributes. He's a bit like Darwin Núñez in a way. He's got all the attributes to be a great striker, but it looks like he's in his own head. He looks like he's thinking too much. He's not freely going, right, what did I used to do that got me this move here? At this moment in time, mate, he just looks like he's panicking and he's second-guessing himself. But in the build-up just before Fernandez's strike, when Dalot played it across, he's given Fernandez the overshot. So Fernandez has left it, rightly so, and he's run away from the ball. So you see Bruno Fernandes absolutely hammering him, like, don't give me the call to over it and then go the other way. So it's just showing these tiny kinks they need to work on, but also for Højlund, if he wants to stay on this pitch, we're only 24 minutes in, but you can already see a situation where he comes off at half-time because he's been awful.
25 minutes played, Lyon 0, Manchester United 0, but a free kick for Lyon. Dalot with a foul on Tagliafico, who's getting through. Plenty of work on this near left-hand touchline. Thiago Almada is one of the Lyon players over the free kick. Rayan Cherki, who's been getting rave reviews, is the other. It will be Almada, though, and that's a decent delivery in towards Niakate, and the goalkeeper's missed it. It's a huge error from Andre Onana, of all people. After all the headlines that he stirred up this week, he has gifted Lyon the opening goal. I'm not even sure that Niakate got a touch on it. I think it may well have gone straight in from Almada. Either way, it is Lyon 1, Manchester United 0. A nightmare moment from Andre Onana.
Unfortunately, again, a nightmare moment. We spoke about it earlier with you. Don't have these types of conversations and then put in a performance like this. It's a wicked ball into the box again from Almeida again. But it's one of those ones where we call it the corridor of uncertainty. No defender gets a touch on it. It bounces 5 yards out and he gets two hands on it and it pushes it into his own net. Really, really poor goalkeeping. Again, I'm all for people talking crooky, mate, but you can't have the chat that he has and then not back it up. That's a basic error that he's done there. Save it, keep the ball out of your net. That's your job as a goalkeeper.
So Lyon lead here, and there's been another goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Ian Abraham.
Spurs are level, Tottenham 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 1. Good move down the left-hand side, good work actually by James Maddison, and when he put the ball inside the penalty area, it looked like a back flick in the end from Pedro Porro in and around the penalty spot, maybe just around the 6-yard box, but he's stuck it in nicely, and Spurs are level here. Tottenham 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 1. It's live on Talksport 2.
All square in North London, and Manchester United behind here on Talksport in Lyon. Thiago Almada with the goal, but Onana really should have kept it out. Okay, he had defenders up from the back trying to attack it from a Lyon perspective. Nobody got a touch, and it nestles into the far corner, and maybe Manchester United are going to have to up the tempo now. A goal down away from home. 0-0 still at Ibrox. Rangers down to 10 men, but holding firm against Athletic Bilbao. How does this change the Manchester United game plan, Troy Deeney?
In hindsight, it shouldn't. But when, as a player, when you let in that type of goal, you have this mentality that you have to go and get it back. It's been a poor first 27 minutes for Man United. They haven't looked fluid, as we say. Other than that one chance for Bruno, which we thought he would have scored had it not been for the deflection. It's been really lacklustre, and at the moment they're relying on set pieces to do something. Again, a good ball in from Fernandes there. It's a simple header from Harry Maguire back across goal. He just heads it straight out for a goal kick. It doesn't feel right, does it? The summit doesn't feel like a big game for Man United. It feels like they're waiting for someone to do it. Probably waiting for Bruno to grab the game by the horns again.
You are listening to Lyon against Manchester United in the Europa League, live on Talksport with Enterprise Rent a Car. Rent from the best lineup in the UK. Enterprise has all the vehicles your business needs, with the flexibility to rent for minutes or months. Almada with the goal, and a nice touch from the Lyon players. Ernest Nuama, their Ghanaian winger, picked up an ACL injury at the weekend. They held up a shirt with his name and number on the back to the crowd in celebration of the breakthrough goal, as Maguire is dispossessed by Almada on the edge of the penalty area, and that could spell more trouble for Manchester United. Euro blocks the effort fired in by Rayan Cherki, but they are living on their nerves at the moment, Manchester United, away from home in this quarter-final. 1-0 down, and at the moment Lyon very much the dominant force as Dorgu runs into trouble, wants a free kick, not given, and Lyon have the ball back now with Niakate on the halfway line. Good ball out to the right, and Veretout. Infield for Tolisso, finding these pockets of space here. Lyon, the shot for Almada, and this time Onana down to his right does hold the ball cleanly. It was an ambitious attempt from the man whose free kick goal has given Lyon the lead.
He's lively though, Crook, isn't he? Almada gets into these lovely little 10 positions, goes past one or two, and he doesn't look to slip people in, he looks to get his shot off. Very impressive so far in this first half an hour from the young man.
31 games tonight. Ruben Amorim has managed for Manchester United 5 clean sheets now in those 31 matches. They don't score enough goals, and they're not watertight at the other end either. It's not exactly a recipe for on-field success, as Dorgu is put under pressure on the edge of his own penalty area, knocks it to Maguire just on the 18-yard line. Half an hour played. Lyon a goal to the good, and just the one attempt on target for Manchester United so far. That was the overhead kick from Casemiro as Mazraoui gives it away, passes it straight to Tolisso. Here is Rayan Cherki on the edge of the area, glides away from Casemiro, back to Tolisso in the centre of the Manchester United half. Now Tagliafico is forward down the left. United have got everybody back behind the ball here as, well, Lyon just continue to knock it around at will. Mata over halfway for the French host. Back to Niakate. Højlund closed him down, and then Dalot goes sliding, and he caught Tagliafico. Dalot, and that'll be a yellow card for him. Pretty straightforward decision for the referee.
It's nowhere near as well. He's a good second late here. It's just because what's happened, the winger's gone away to run in behind and then come short, and Dalot's bought it, and it's a nasty one, to be fair. He's got away with a yellow card here, but Man United just flustered, giving the ball away a little bit more. Need someone to get hold of the game, go get on the ball and say, right, let's have 5 or 6 passes. But I keep saying, at that top end, if you're not going to give the Lyon defenders anything to think about or to be worried about running in deep, they're going to keep coming forward and forward and forward. And now the pitch is getting so condensed for Man United that they just keep giving the ball away. Rasmus Højlund, Garnacho have to do some runs in behind without the ball here, because at this moment in time they're going to get picked off.
Justin Rose now 6 under par in the Masters at Augusta National. He is the current leader on day one. Rory McIlroy 1 under through 7 in his round. And Ricky Hatton, another Englishman, is just 2 shots back on Justin Rose with 2 holes to play. Here in France, it's Lyon 1, Manchester United 0. Thiago Almada with the goal. And a reminder over on Talksport 2, Spurs from behind have got it back to 1-1 against Frankfurt in the first leg of their Europa League quarter-final. Busy night across the network as Tolisso passes the ball straight to Højlund inside his own half. Højlund makes his way to the penalty area, but again he's slowed down to a walking pace, and his effort is so weak. Straight into the arms of the goalkeeper Lucas Perry, a striker banging form, full of confidence. He just keeps running there, doesn't he, and gets a much more powerful shot away.
Yeah, look, I feel like I'm crucifying the young man, but never looks up there. He's 3v1 in his favour. He can just little slip ball to the left hand side, and Bruno Fernandes is in. He's got Garnacho supporting down the right hand side, and he's just like it's a bit, dare I say, it's a bit childlike. He just gets it and runs aimlessly, gets his shot off, and it's like he's kind of happy. Oh yes, I've had a shot here. It's not right, mate. At the moment, he's just not getting the message. Or I hope he goes on to score, but at this moment in time, he just looks lost.
Well, I'm not a centre forward, Troy, You obviously are, but Dorgu there has the ball in the left wing. There's an opportunity, in my opinion, for Højlund to make a dart in between the two defenders across the 6-yard line. He doesn't. He almost attaches himself to the centre-back. Here's Garnacho. We'll come back to that because United is still coming forward. But that just shows you where he's at the moment. He's not looking for the ball, is he? He's almost looking to go and get himself marked.
In a way, we would call it in the game hiding. And people think hiding means you don't want the ball. But hiding means you go and put yourself in positions where you can't get the ball. And at this moment in time, if we just watch it now, it's with Dalot in his right-back area. He's the furthest away from the ball as he can be. He's not looking to run in behind, and as it gets switched, he'll just start walking over now on the opposite side. I used to do it to go on the diet because my game was being able to the knockdown to everybody. As it's building up now, he's offside. He's got no position to run. He's just never in a position to get the ball. And again, I feel like I'm hammering him, but as a striker, you watch these things, you look at these details, and it's like, right now, Harry Maguire's got the ball. He's got his hand up, running behind. Literally looking at him now, running behind. It just doesn't happen. Moment after moment, he's stood between two defenders, and he's not offering nothing. So this Lyon line now just keeps moving up and keeps moving up and keeps moving up. And it's not what Ruben Amorim wanted. I would expect Xerxes to come on and be told the opposite. There we go.
That's better from Højlund. Dalot with the chip ball forward. Højlund runs away from his marker.
Jesus
and
Christ.
Then he can't play the 4-yard pass into Garnacho. It bounces off the Argentine and out for a Lyon throw. 10 minutes of the first half to play. Lyon leading by 1-0. Thiago Almada with the free kick that evaded everybody inside the Manchester United penalty area and nestled in the far corner. For Onana flapped at it. The irony of that won't be lost on Nemanja Matic, watching from the subs bench for the home side. All these Lyon supporters who certainly made their feelings to Onana clear before kick-off. United throw here. Dalot on the right-hand side just dusts the ball down on his navy blue jersey. He's level with the penalty spot as he prepares to launch this into the box. Yoro has come forward, so too Maguire. Casemiro was the target. It's not a brilliant header away from Tolisso. Straight to Alejandro Garnacho, who finds Dalot on this right-hand side again into Agate. Oh, it's poor from him, Agate. Tame ball into the box, which is intercepted by Tolisso, and then Agate aggressively wins it back for Manchester United. There's a Lyon player down, but referee not inclined to stop the play. This is Casemiro, right in the centre of the Lyon half, out to Dalot. Chance to cross here. There are a cluster of blue jerseys at the far post. Dorgu is one of them, gets the shot away, and he kicked in air. And that's a let-off for Lyon, who in the end have knocked the ball behind for a Manchester United corner. That was a big chance for Patrick Dorgu, maybe, to score his first Manchester United goal.
Yeah, I just think before getting to that, I think we're going to have a little scene here as well, because the Lyon player just kicked it out for a corner. I think he's trying to. What he should do is put it out for a throw-in and he'll get it back. But I think they're going to ask here for the United players to give it back.
Doesn't look as if they're going to do that at all, because Maguire and Yoro have come forward and are crowding the penalty spot. Cherky pleading with Bruno Fernandes to give this ball back, but Fernandes telling him exactly where to go with that request. Corner from the Manchester United left. 1-0 down in Lyon with 8 minutes of the first half to play here on Talksport. And this would be contentious if Manchester United were to forage an equaliser from this set piece. Fernandes with the delivery. Goalkeeper slaps it away, picked up by Agate, 10 yards outside the penalty area. Plenty of blue jerseys still forward.
Offside.
Mazraoui looking for Bruno Fernandes. He lets it bounce over his head, Fernandes. And in the end, all he can do is stop the ball going behind for a goal kick, but at the expense of a throw. And a very frustrated and agitated Ruben Amorim is out on the edge of his technical area. Plenty for the Manchester United manager to ponder from these opening 38 minutes on Talksport.
The sad part about it is, though, Crookie, if that chance had gone in from Onana, you would say, do you know what, it's not been a great first half, but we feel that, you know, there's something to build on. Yes, we've managed the occasion, but when you let in a sloppy goal like that, and I think you just said no clean sheets in 31 games, is that right?
5 clean sheets in 31.
Sorry, apologies, 5 clean sheets. How do you account for that as a manager? You can't. So that,
well, especially when you're not scoring goals at the other end.
Exactly. And then he's got like Rasmus Højlund, as we spoke about. He just kicked out of play, literally with no one around him. it's harder to do what he's doing at this moment in time. And then the Dorgu chance, you just said, it's a lovely ball in from Dalot. All he has to do is, as he drops to him, he's just concentrate on hitting the ball. He has an air swipe, just doesn't kick the ball, and that's. I feel sorry for the coaches at this point, because we're all going to blame the coach fundamentally, but he can't account for these type of errors that are happening. This is just human error.
Tagliafico plays the ball down the left-hand side. Mikatadze dispossessed. Dalot coming forward. Does he keep the ball in play? Just about he does, and then collides with Akuuku, the Ivorian, and out for a Manchester United throw right on halfway. The Lyon man has gone down holding his right knee. Troy's gasp there was because he felt that Dalot would run the ball out of play. Given the benefit of the doubt, right in front of Paulo Fonseca, the Lyon manager, and I think, judging by his reaction, he was very much in the Troy Deeney camp. We've got another stoppage in play here because Akuuku is down in need of treatment.
There's no point us going home tonight, mate. The amount of stoppages, we might as well just go on and just do the show tomorrow straight on to being with is it Sam or Jim tomorrow?
Yeah, you and I alongside Sam Matterface.
Oh, Sam's finally joining us.
10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
FA Sam is going to be with us, was it?
And he's at Tottenham tonight as well, watching Spurs 1, Frankfurt 1 as it stands. Remember, the Sports Bar will be open for business this evening. Jason Cundy and Darren Ambrose taking your calls. The phone line's open right now. United fans, what have you made of the performance so far in these opening 40 minutes? Get your calls in. The number is 03717 22 33 44. That's the Sports Bar with Jason Cundy and Darren Ambrose straight after we've finished in Lyon, where play has restarted. We've got 5 minutes of normal time in this first half remaining. United a goal behind and haven't created too many opportunities. That air swipe from Dorgu aside to get back on level terms since the free kick from Almada South past the Nana and into the far corner to give Lyon the advantage. Manchester United haven't lost any of their last 11 first leg knockout ties in this competition, but they're in danger of changing that statistic this evening. Second leg live on Talksport from Old Trafford next Thursday, as Maguire asked Lenny Yoro to carry the ball over the halfway line, but it's all a bit pedestrian from the team all in blue.
Need runners, mate. It's so glaringly obvious to me. Like Højlund again, they're just looking at this. Bruno Fernandes had to go and do it now.
That's a good ball from Maguire, releasing his captain down the left-hand side. First time crosses swept clear by Mata, and then picked up by Rayan Cherki, and that's a good ball down the line. Casemiro a bit slow to react to it, and Veretout with the opportunity to switch the play out to Mikatadze. He's dispossessed by Ugarte, but I think you saw again there why Casemiro, 5 times a Champions League winner, why his best days are behind him. Here's Garnacho, manages to stay onside. Right corner of the penalty area, Garnacho comes in field on the left foot, finds Ugarte well forward. Now Casemiro 15 yards outside the box. He recycles it out to the left, and Dorgu, and that was a good challenge by Ainsley Maitland-Niles to win possession back for the French hosts. 1-0 to the good Lyon here.
Dorgu's got to do better there though, Crookie. He's had a big heavy touch which allowed Maitland-Niles to come steaming in. It's a great tackle, but again they work it to a good area, and it sound like I'm saying the same thing, but get to that final left-hand area, left-hand side, just have a little bit of quality. One touch cross, you work on this 15-16 times a week, just get it in. Bad heavy touch, again nothing in the box. It feels like the only way they're going to score, and I'm sure Man United fans will tell me if I'm wrong, unless it's a set piece or Fernandes, there's nobody else that's going to score. It's so... I've got no skin in the game. It's painful to watch because I'm looking at it going, right, the high line's there, running behind, but Fernandes is the only one who runs in behind. It's disappointing.
Cherki looking to float the ball forward for Lyon, intercepted by Yoro. Casemiro sweeps it upfield. Garnacho's touch is poor. Passes it straight to Tagliafico when United have bodies forward in that attack. Now Mata, closed down by Bruno Fernandes, and didn't look comfortable in possession there as he just runs the ball out for a throw on the far side. And when they have been put under pressure, this Lyon backline, they have looked vulnerable. And the problem for Manchester United is they've not put them under pressure anywhere near as much as they should have in these opening 44 minutes. 1-0 Lyon lead, 1-1 over on Talksport between Spurs and Frankfurt in the first leg of their Europa League quarter-final, and still 0-0 at Ibrox, where Athletic Bilbao are the visitors, as United concede possession cheaply again, and Lyon come forward, and Maguire has been penalised for a foul on the goal scorer Almada. And I wouldn't be entirely surprised, even from 30 yards out, if Almada let fly and tested Onana again.
Absolutely, it's not a foul. Ugarte's come running back, tried to slow him up. He just puts a little hand on his hip. And to be fair to Almada, he's looking right in the referee's face as he's diving in front of him, saying that's a foul. So referee's giving it. Again, we'll watch how this develops. But I'm just seeing Harry Maguire looking up, and the space in the channels. I'm not a fast striker, and that was never my game. But you've got to be able to spin and stretch and give the opposition something to look at. Rasmus Højlund is getting deeper and deeper and deeper. He's basically playing like a number 8 at this moment in time. I'd be really surprised, mate, if he comes out at half-time. I really would.
Now, Almada with a free kick, right in the centre. Probably more like 35 yards than 30, but he's scored once already. Almada, and this time he balloons it high over the crossbar, and it stays 1-0 Lyon. We've got 30 seconds of normal time to play. Lyon have won 6 of their last 7 games in all competitions. Will be feeling very satisfied with their first half performance. In fact, if you're looking for positives from a Manchester United perspective, it is only 1-0 because Lyon have certainly been the much more cohesive, the much more purposeful, the much more confident team, much more capable team. Onana with a long ball forward, Dalot trying to get onto it, it hits Højlund on the back, and then Veretout able to regain possession for Lyon, as Bruno Fernandes was asking the referee for a free kick, presumably for a nudge on Højlund. We've got 4 added minutes at the end of the first half here on Talksport. 4 added minutes for United to try and get themselves on level terms before the break. Tolisso with the diagonal ball out to the right to switch the play for Lyon. Nodded down for the goal scorer Almada. Now Ainsley Maitland-Niles, the right back for the French hosts, plays it back to his own half. Half-time whistle has gone over on Talksport 2. Tottenham 1, Frankfurt 1. Pedro Porro counting out the early opener from Hugo Ekitike. So that tie finally paused at the break, finally balanced at the break. And here on Talksport, it's still Lyon 1, Manchester United 0, and we've played a minute of the 4 that were indicated to be added on. It's Akuuku midway inside the Lyon half in possession. Forward to Cherki. Cherki with a chance to run at Casemiro, and he spotted the runner Tolisso. Mazraoui just saw him out the corner of his eye and managed to nod the ball away from danger, but he's then been dispossessed by Tagliafico, and Mazraoui, having won it back, has to then just let the ball run out for a corner for Lyon in the second of the 4 added minutes.
What have I just seen there? He's excellent defending. He's running to the corner, just go and pass it down the line to Garnacho. He tries to Cruyff it. He gives it back, and now he's give away a corner. He better hope they don't score from this crookie, because he's going to get crucified at half-time if they do.
More pressure on Manchester United in first half stoppage time. Cherki with the delivery, nodded away by Bruno Fernandes. It wasn't a great corner, and it's collected now by Mata in the centre circle for Lyon, to a cacophony of noise from the home supporters. Casemiro with some space to run into. He found Højlund, and Højlund, I think, was looking for the free kick. Referee's not going to give it to him. Garnacho keeps United on the front foot. That's a decent ball by Ugarte, but Dorgu was in an offside position, we felt, but the referee said play would continue. And it's Lyon who have it back, and they've got men over here. Mazraoui is an isolated figure as Mikatadze runs into the penalty area, had options right and left. He just got the ball stuck under his studs, and that's a let-off for United. Dorgu trying to play in Højlund down the left-hand side. Højlund against Mata, and again he is just bullied off the ball. The Manchester United number 9, that really epitomises his pitiful first-half performance. 1-0 Lyon.
You just said it there, bullied. That's what he is. He's called for the run. He's up to full speed. As soon as he should just get his body in the way, Mata just comes across, get off, my ball. And just going back to that Lyon chance, that's a worry for Man United. Again, Højlund running with the ball, loses the ball, wants a foul that's not there. And just in 2 passes, they're at their back line, 1v1 again. Mazraoui, who's probably been the best player for Man United so far this game, really good defending, but Lyon definitely should have been getting a little shot off, if not a goal there, because it was 3v1 in their favour. But Mazraoui decided to go and attack the ball as opposed to backing off. And it's really good defending, but for Man United, this is terrible. This is pitiful at this moment in time.
Into the last 20 seconds of the 4 added minutes. Garnacho to Ugarte. Garnacho was clearly being held onto there as he looked to get on the end of the 1-2. Ugarte, I think, will be very fortunate if he escapes a yellow card. The former Nottingham Forest defender. Cynical play from him. Both arms tugging at the left arm of Garnacho.
It's a good foul, Cookie. We'd call that in the game a professional foul, because Garnacho's done him with the 1-2 and he's running in on goal, so he just took the yellow card for the team there. Man United need this. Some quality for Bruno Fernandes into the box again, and hopefully a decisive touch from somebody. Hopefully Rasmus Højlund decides that he might want to score today.
And this will be the last meaningful action of the first half. Bruno Fernandes is having a laser pen shined at his face as he stands over the ball. There are 5 blue shirts on the edge of the 6-yard box. Good delivery. Maguire couldn't get a touch on it. Lenny Yoro did, as the ball was fizzed back in by Ugarte. Yoro has his first Manchester United goal, and it could be an absolutely massive one right at the end of the first half. A first half in which they've been totally dominated by Lyon, but Lenny Yoro with the header makes it Lyon 1, Manchester United 1. Brilliant reaction from the centre-back as Ugarte just hopefully hooked the ball back into the area after it had been punched away by the goalkeeper, and he finds the far corner, and from nowhere Manchester United back on terms. 1-1.
Excellent goal for Man United. We just said it's been pitiful, but thankfully they've got that goal just before half-time. Great ball in for Bruno Fernandes, again with that delightful right foot that he has. Put it into a wonderful area. Keeper will be disappointed with his punch. Only got it to the edge of the area, but Ugarte again, clean strike. And Lenny Yoro, just like any good poacher, just guides it in. And that takes us straight to half-time. But for Man United, that is a saving grace. Ruben Amorim will be buzzing with that, because they have been terrible.
So a grandstand finish from the Frenchman, back in familiar territory. Lenny Yoro with his first ever goal in Manchester United colours, cancelling out the goal from Thiago Almada. His shot deceiving Andre Onana, creeping in at the far post. I'm not sure even the most ardent of Manchester United fans inside the Parc Olympique Lyonnais can say their team deserve to be on terms, but on terms they are. Half-time here, it is Lyon 1, Manchester United 1.
The half-time team talks will be hugely different. We'll be back with former Watford captain Troy Deeney to dissect that first 45 minutes in a few moments' time. But first, half-time whistles going elsewhere. A sticky start from Spurs in North London, but they've steadied the ship somewhat. Half-time here with Ian Abraham.
Now the break, Spurs 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 1. An unconvincing first half for Spurs. Started awfully inside 6 minutes when Hugo Ekitike scored for the German side. Maddison gave the ball away just inside his own half. One pass out to the left-hand side to Ekitike, who for about 20 yards managed to bend one into the bottom left-hand corner beyond Vicario. Spurs puffed a bit after that. Johnson headed over from 3 yards before they did eventually equalise. Maddison inside the penalty area on the left-hand side squared it into the 6-yard box for Pedro Porro to just steer it beyond the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. Spurs then level. It's been a flat atmosphere. It's been a flat performance. The Spurs somehow at the break are level. Tottenham 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 1. The second half will be on Talksport 2.
Rangers always had a mountain to climb as soon as they knew they were facing Athletic Bilbao. It was made harder after they went down to 10 men after just 11 minutes. How are they faring at Ibrox? Talksport's David Tanner.
Well, you at half-time, it's Rangers 0, Athletic Bilbao 0, and at the weekend, Barry Ferguson said of a Rangers team that had just lost to Hibs 5 consecutive home games in the first time in the club's history. He said that's not a Rangers team out there. I'll tell you what, since he went down to 10 men, they have been battling like Rangers teams of old. It was 11 minutes, as you say, that Robin Proper was at first booked for a foul on Nico Williams. It looked to me as though he'd denied a goal-scoring opportunity. VAR eventually put that right, and the referee upgraded the yellow card for the Dutchman to a red, and at that point Rangers back 3 was converted to a back 4 with the two full-backs tucking into a more conventional full-back role. After that, as Rangers looked like they were going to be overrun, Inaki Williams hit the top of Liam Kelly's crossbar, and Kelly, who's one of 6 players coming in for Jack Butland, who was sensationally dropped. He's had a great one-handed save just before half-time from Morian Sanadi, snapshot from 10 yards out. Barry Ferguson's been booked for getting too close to the action. Cyril Dessers has had 2 big chances, both of which he's missed. Rangers fighting, and they're hanging on in there. Rangers 0, Athletic Bilbao 0.
And at the break, as we mentioned, it is Lyon 1, Manchester United 1. United with the goal on the stroke of half-time. Troy Deeney, it took 20 minutes for United to have an attack of note, to be perfectly honest. And they came into it towards the end of that first half. How big is that goal? And in particular, the timing of it for Manchester United?
Oh, it's huge, mate. In terms of that first half performance, I've had the pleasure of watching Man United 5-6 times live. That'll be the worst they've played this season. Rasmus Højlund, again, you probably heard on commentary, but he's foul. That first half performance is embarrassing. Not doing anything right, just looks lost. Looks like a player void of any confidence. But the goal has been excellent. It's come from Lenny Yoro. Wonderful, again, from Fernandes with the quality. The 3 bits of quality in the game have came from Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte helps it back in, and a wonderful guided header just to help it on its way into the goal. And it comes literally as they kick off. It's half-time, so it's right on the stroke of half-time. It will change all of the way that they've been feeling, the way that the manager will assess them. But they can't come out as bad as that second half, or they will lose this game, unfortunately. So expect a better Man United half, and we're going to go get a drink because it's been that bad.
Andre Onana. Sometimes your mouth writes checks that your hands can't catch, to be perfectly honest. It is a free kick that he really should have dealt with, and it went through him at the far post. After all the talk, Nemanja Matic must have been laughing his head off. To be honest, neither goal great for the 2 goalkeepers at both ends. Yeah,
but again, you said it as well, as a Man United fan, you don't want him of all players to be talking like that, because he's been the most inconsistent player they've had in a long time, right? That's a fair comment to say. And then for him to now let in a goal like that after sparking that conversation, it just shows to me that it's the biggest thing. It's not about his ability. It's not about whether he's a good goalie or not. It's about, can you be consistent? And when the ball comes in, it's a wonderful area. To the area of corridor of uncertainty, you'd expect it to be touched. It doesn't. If he doesn't get 2 hands on the ball, I'd say it's just one of those things that's great. He gets 2 hands on the ball, Hugh, and doesn't even touch it. He flaps at it and it spins up into the top corner of the goal. It's really poor goalkeeping, and you can tell it's bad because every single one of his players doesn't even say anything. No one shouts at him. They just turn around and go, oh, we're going to have to get him out of a hole again. And it's really poor from him. But for both goalkeepers, I think that they will look back at the goals and think, yes, if we were a little bit more foundationally solid, then we'd be 0-0 at this point in game.
Quarter of the way through the tie, it is even between Lyon and Manchester United. A big 45 minutes on the way. Elsewhere in the Europa League, a little bit earlier on, it finished Bodo Glimt 2, Lazio 0. Big result for the Norwegians. In the Conference League, Chelsea were comfortable winners away at Legia Warsaw. We brought you that game on Talksport 2. Celje of Slovenia are goalless so far. They trail Fiorentina by a 1-0. It's goalless between Djurgården and Rapid Vienna. Real Betis 2-0 up on Polish side Jagiellonia. In League 2, Crewe are looking to keep up their hunt for the playoffs. It is currently Crewe 1, Cheltenham 1. Kane Hemmings a penalty cancelling out George Miller's opener. Ryan Haynes has missed a penalty that would have put Cheltenham 2-0 up. Let's get the half-time odds next on Talksport, all thanks to Ladbrokes.
Odds update on Talksport with Ladbrokes. Get money back as a free bet up to £10 if one leg of your Football 5+ acca lets you down. Pre-match straight line accas only. Odds are 3-1 or greater. 18+ gambleaware.org.
Lyon have probably just edged proceedings. They're 13-5 to win the game. The draw 7-5, or for Manchester United to win 6-4. Those are the latest odds with Ladbrokes. It's 18+, begambleaware.org.
Odds update on Talksport with Ladbrokes. Supercharge your odds with our Odds Boost button. Selected markets applies to first £50 of stake. Terms apply. 18+, gambleaware.org.
You're listening to the Europa League live on Talksport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Rent from the best lineup in the UK. Enterprise has all the vehicles your business needs with the flexibility to rent for minutes or months. As it stands, Andre Onana has added to his bloopers reel, but Manchester United are level with Lyon with a big 45 minutes to come next, live on Talksport.
Kick off on Talksport with Ladbrokes. Get money back as a free bet up to £10 if one leg of your Football 5+ acca lets you down. Pre-match straight line accas only. Odds are 3-1 or greater. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Control of her retirement.
I feel happy with Pension B. It makes me feel confident that I'm in control of what I'm doing. I originally transferred a small pension, which was just directly after I finished working. I really liked how well that was going, and so I decided to transfer the main pension to Pension B as well.
At Pension B, we believe that when your pension is in a good place, you're in a good place. Download the app or go to pensionbee.com and be pension confident. When investing, your capital is at risk.
A Minecraft movie has arrived in McDonald's Happy Meal. Help your little ones build their own adventure. Explore the overworld and meet exciting new friends. Some fun, some food, it's all inside this Happy Meal. Until 6th of May from 11 a.m. Includes one pre-selected book or toy. While stocks last, fair ordering policy applies. See mcdonalds.co.uk/Happy Meal.
Mission Control, we have a problem.
Hey up, go ahead, over.
We're not sure what to bet on this weekend, over.
Stand by. Talksport Bet are offering a Saturday broadcast super boost that's out of this world. Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. Omar Marmoush to score. Latest price 3-4. Broadcast super boosted price 2-1. Place your bets from 7 p.m. this Friday. Talksport Bet.
Boldly going broadcaster. Bring it on, bookie.
Stake limits and terms and conditions apply. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Julie could part exchange her car. Or check out We Buy Any Car. She could be unsure if she got a good deal part exchanging. Or have cash in the bank with more bargaining power to get a bigger car for her five-a-side team. Totally played. Or total player. To get a quote in 30 seconds, enter your reg number now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Hi guys, it's Reece and Paul from Fat Lads Competitions.
That's fat with a PH, son.
Every single week we give away cash, cars, luxury watches and tech for as little as 5p a ticket. Here at Fat Lads.
That's fat with a PH.
We've weekly free competitions that you can enter for absolutely nothing, and we've given away over £3 million in prizes and have over 3,500 5-star Trustpilot reviews. So go to fatlads.com today.
That's fat with a PH.
Or download the Fat Lads Competitions app. That's fat with a PH. Are you happy now, Dad?
I am, thank you.
Over 18s only. Legal stuff applies.
You know all about total football. Now, LiveScore Bet brings you total betting. It's everything you love about LiveScore. Scores and stats play alongside great odds, offers, free-to-play games, and a slick bet builder. Everything in one place. And to top it off, new customers can enjoy £30 in free bets when they bet £10 on sports. LiveScore Bet. Total betting.
1.5 minimum odds, settle in first 14 days, free bets valid 7 days, £10 for bet builder only. T's and C's and deposit exclusions apply. Bet responsibly, 18+, gambleaware.org.
Hawksby and Jacobs on Talksport with Toolstation. Unfiltered football debate, done right.
Vatican City football team, Pep Swiss Guardiola.
Big hitting cricket comment, done right.
No,
Ricky Pontiff.
No, yeah, Ricky, you can't have cricket.
No, you can't have cricket. Knockout boxing opinion, done right.
That was a classic.
Legendary. Entertaining afternoon radio, done right.
Well, some would say it's absolutely.
Hawksby and Jacobs, weekday afternoons from 1 on Talksport with Toolstation for a job done right.
Europa League live on Talksport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whether you're on holiday, at home or away this summer, Enterprise has locations all over Europe and a vehicle that's just right for you.
On 1089 and 1053 medium wave, on DAB, online and on your smart speaker.
Oh, what a finish!
The Europa League live on Talksport.
Will be Almada though, and that's a decent delivery in towards Niakate, and the goalkeeper's missed it. It's a huge error from Andre Onana, of all people, after all the headlines that he stirred up this week. He has gifted Lyon the opening goal. There are 5 blue shirts on the edge of the 6-yard box. Good delivery. Maguire couldn't get a touch on it. Lenny Yoro did. as the ball was fizzed back in by Ugarte. Euro has his first Manchester United goal. Half time here, it is Lyon 1, Manchester United 1.
Another clanger from Andre Onana in the Manchester United goal allowed Thiago Almada to put Lyon in front. But Lenny Yoro's first United goal means we are level live on Talksport this evening, a quarter of the way through the quarter-final of the Europa League. Spurs back underway, by the way, against Eintracht Frankfurt. That's live for you on Talksport 2. The game brought to you in partnership with TNT Sports, the home of European football. And remember, the sports bar already open for business this evening. Jason Cundy and Darren Ambrose will be taking your calls. The phone line's open now, so United fans, Spurs fans, Rangers fans, get your calls in. Let us know what you've thought of your side's performances tonight. 03717 223344. That's the sports bar with Jason Cundy and Darren Ambrose, which will come to you live here on Talksport after the final whistle goes out in Lyon. Remember, we've got plenty more live football to come for you live and exclusively tomorrow evening on Talksport 2. A big game at the top of the Championship. Burnley hosting Norwich City. An 8 o'clock kickoff. We'll be back with live and exclusive Premier League action Saturday lunchtime as Manchester City host Crystal Palace. Following that, Game Day Live with Adrian Durham, Troy Deeney and Jermaine Genus. Over on Talksport 2, two exclusive commentaries for you. Leeds United hosting Preston. Massive game for Leeds to try and open up a lead at the top of the table. And at 3 p.m, we will have Southampton's game against Aston Villa. Sunday session, 1:30 on Sunday with Sam Matterface. 3 o'clock on Talksport 2 on Sunday. Big game from Wembley as Birmingham City face Peterborough United in the Virtue Trophy final at Wembley Stadium. OK, the 2025 Masters teed off earlier today. Let's get an update with Arnold Clark.
The Masters update on Talksport with Arnold Clark. Build your own car deal, all with a few clicks.
Rupert Bell keeping an eye on the action for Talksport. What are the takeaways from day one, Rupert?
Justin Rose going along very nicely. 6 holes to play at 6 under par in his 20th Masters Championship. World number 1 and defending champion Scotty Scheffler's got off to a really rock-solid start. A bogey-free round of 68 at 4 under par, tied for second. Rory McIlroy at the halfway stage of his round is 3 under. He's driving it magnificently. 3 under through 9. Tyrrell Hatton in the clubhouse, the Englishman, also at 3 under par.
Rupert, thank you very much. OK, let's head back for your second half commentary live on Talksport. Manchester United level with Lyon. Your commentary team, the former Watford captain Troy Deeney and Talksport's Alex Crook.
Thank you, Hugh. We are just about ready to get back underway. Doesn't look as if either manager has made any changes during the half-time interval. That goal from Lenny Yoro right at the end of 4 added minutes in the first half has changed the complexion of this time. Manchester United sluggish for the bulk of that opening half of the game. What can they produce in this second half? United all in blue, attacking the goal away to our left. Lyon all in white are shooting from left to right. And it's Lyon in possession with their captain Tolisso, just hooks the ball up in the air from the edge of the penalty area, brought down by the goal scorer Yoro for United. So Ruben Amorim sticking with the 11 that started the game for this second half. Onana in goal. He was at fault for the opener scored by Thiago Almada. Mazraoui, Maguire and Yoro, the United goal scoring hero, the back three. Dalot and Dorgu, the wing backs, with Casemiro and Ugarte in midfield. Kobe Mainoo is back on the bench this evening. Fernandes, the captain, and Garnacho in behind the largely disappointing Rasmus Højlund. For Lyon, Perry, the goalkeeper, Maitland-Niles, Mata, Niakate and Tagliafico, the back four. Akauku and Veretout in midfield, with Cherki, Almada and Tolisso behind Mikatadze up front. 1-1 on Talksport. Same scoreline over on Talksport 2 between Spurs and Frankfurt, as Bruno Fernandes is played in behind the Lyon defence into the penalty area. Fernandes, little disguised pass to Dorgu, back to his captain again, left corner of the 18-yard box. Ugarte with a chance to cut it back into a dangerous area, but behind Højlund and cleared away by Akauku, and then a free kick conceded by Mazraoui, and it will be a dead ball for Lyon right on the edge of their penalty area. 1-1.
Already better though, isn't it, Alex, from Man United, just because they've got 5 in the box. I didn't see that at any point in the first half. getting little balls in and around the box from Fernandes outside of his foot. Ugarte turns, just fires the ball back towards the penalty spot. Rasmus Højlund's asking for it in the 6-yard box, but you get into this moment in games where your players stop believing where you're going to be because you're not consistently making that run. So that's another part of his learning as well. If he keeps making that run to the near post or along the 6-yard line, then the players will put it there, but they're expecting Fernandes or Garnacho to be coming in the penalty spot, so they start putting into those areas. But a much better start from Man United and already putting more pressure on higher up the pitch.
This is Manchester United's 28th European quarter-final. Lyon 4 times European semi-finalists. So no shortage of experience when it comes to continental competition. Harry Maguire, the Manchester United captain, plays the ball down this left touchline to Yoro, the goal scorer. Can't find Fernandes. The ball is poked out of play by Veretout, former Aston Villa midfielder. And it's back now with Maguire midway inside the Manchester United half, away to our right. United, who've lost only one of their last 21 Europa League ties. That was against Seville back in 2023. Here's Mazraoui out to Dalot. Certainly United appear to be moving the ball with much more purpose in the early stages of this second half. Sure, there's a guy blowing the whistle in the crowd, by the way.
It does just like take you out for a second. You're thinking, am I actually watching the right game? Feels like the ref's blown up, but it is somebody just not too far from us just blowing a whistle.
It is deafening noise inside the Parc Olympique Lyonnais as Onana fizzes the ball out to Yoro, down the left-hand side, forward to Fernandes. Little back heel from him into Alejandro Garnacho. Gravitates Garnacho to this left touchline and then gives the ball back to Bruno Fernandes. There's a chance maybe to switch the play out to Dalot on the right. Instead, Fernandes looks for Garnacho, but he overcooked the pass, and the goalkeeper, Perry, able to watch it trickle behind for a goal kick. And Fernandes is gesticulating to Garnacho there that maybe he should have been already starting to run forward. Who was at fault there?
I actually think Garnacho was. It was both of them, because it was a hard-hit pass. But Garnacho just stopped his run because he didn't think that Fernandes was going to play. He's kind of given him the eyes as opposed to the defenders. So he's just said to him at the end there, Fernandes, just keep watching me, I'll find you. And that's a learning for the young man as well. When Fernandes has got the ball, that little bit of quality, just always be alert, because he's got to get you the ball.
And a reminder, the Sports Bar will be taking your calls straight after full-time in Lyon. 1-1. 5 minutes gone in the second half. 03717 22 3344 is the number. Jason Cundy and Darren Ambrose will be standing by to answer the calls of Manchester United fans on the back of this first leg Europa League quarter-final. Lyon, meanwhile, are going to make a change. Alexander Lacazette, the former Arsenal striker, is stripped and ready to come on. It looks like Akauku is unable to continue. Lacazette, 14 goals this season, 3 in the Europa League, scored 71 times for Arsenal, only once against Manchester United. Very experienced player for Lyon to be able to bring off the bench. And Akauku looks distraught as he makes his way off. And it's a striker, Troy, coming on for a defensive midfield player.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see where he goes in. Will Lacazette go in as a 10 is what I'm thinking. Yeah. So it looks like Lacazette's going in as a bit of a 10 here, and he's just going to try and play off the back of Casemiro and use his experience and use his guile. And obviously try and offer a little bit more of an attacking threat, because at this first 5-6 minutes have been all Man United.
He's also taken the captain's armband from Tolisso, Lacazette, as Casemiro plays the ball back to Maguire on halfway. 6.5 minutes gone since the restart, still 1-1. Lenny Yoro with a goal right on half-time after a mistake from Onana had gifted Lyon the lead. Dalot chips it forward, looking at Casemiro. Lacazette with a challenge and a chance for Lyon, and Mikatadze to go forward. He's been tripped to the floor. And the second Manchester United yellow card of the evening goes to Agate. Let's get back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. How's it started in the second half there, Ian Abraham?
Spurs 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 1, but Spurs hit post and bar in the second half. Bergvall from 20 yards, the angle of post and bar, and then Bentancur from a corner heading against the bar as well. All Spurs here looking much better. It's live on Talksport 2, Tottenham 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 1.
And a reminder earlier on Talksport 2 this evening, Chelsea 3-0 winners away from home against Legia Warsaw in the first leg of their Conference League quarter-final, so pretty plain sailing for them. Good play there by Cherki into the penalty area, away from Garnacho, cuts it back for Lacazette, and he slices the shot wide from 6 yards out. That's a huge let-off for Manchester United. Brilliant work by Cherki to set up the chance, and Lacazette, having just come off the bench with a golden chance to put Lyon back in front, he just slices it wide, Troy.
Oh, what play from Cherki though before that. Forget the shank from Lacazette. The ball's coming in, as he's taking it on the back foot, he's just nutmegged Mazraoui. Mazraoui runs past it by about 10 yards. He then goes to the byline, sits two Man United defenders down and puts a lovely ball back in. And I just think Lacazette there, because he's got his right knee bandaged, he's a bit worried of going and making full contact with that, with Harry Maguire running at him. So it's good defending from Harry Maguire. Just leaves his leg open and unfortunately just guides it past that far post. But for Lyon, much better since Lacazette's been on. It's only been about a minute. He's already won the ball back. He's won a couple of fouls and he's just had that chance. So Man U need to be really clear of who's marking him, because he looks like he's playing as a 10/9 when he wants to as well, and he's right up for this game as well. He's just left a little bit on Harry Maguire there as well.
Yeah, it was a late challenge from Lacazette as Maguire launched the ball forward looking for Garnacho. The referee immediately stopped the play, and just as a word in the ear of the ex-Arsenal striker, painful one for Maguire as he went to play that ball upfield. A free kick for United deep inside their own half, away to our right. And Maguire this time looks for Dorgu down the left. Dorgu there ahead of Maitland-Niles, heads it into the penalty area, and that was persistent play from Rasmus Højlund, forcing Mata to knock the ball behind for a corner for United.
Well, I hate when defenders do that. Look, he's had a real bad touch. He's run 2 yards and then threw himself on the ground, saying to the referee, help me out. It's good refereeing, to be fair. Most refs nowadays would have given that as a foul, wouldn't they?
I think the refs had a decent evening, by and large. Allowed the game to flow where he can, or he's just delaying this corner being whipped in. Much the frustration of Bruno Fernandes, the United captain. 10 minutes gone in the second half. 1-1. This tie on a knife edge. Fernandes' deliveries from set pieces left a bit to be desired so far tonight. That's a better one, right in front of the goalkeeper, and it was Tolisso who headed it behind for another corner under real pressure from Harry Maguire, the Manchester United centre-back who was up from the back. Corner from the far right-hand side this time. There was lots of grappling going on inside the area. Niakate was all over Rasmus Højlund as that ball was whipped in.
The one thing that I am seeing as well, though, physically Man United are bigger but more dominant and want the ball more. So this is a good avenue for them, because quite a lot of the Lyon players going down for no real reason.
Fernandes gets plenty of height on that one. Maguire nods it down. Højlund tries to bring it down on the chest. Yoro gets a shot away, took a deflection, and then it's poked clear in the end by Maitland-Niles, but the danger not averted yet. Good pressure this from Manchester United early in the second half. Garnacho with a low ball, blocked by Maitland-Niles, and then Lacazette stops it from going behind for another corner, and they're going to clear it away here, Lyon, from inside their own 18-yard box. You can see Manchester United trying to press much higher in the first 12 minutes of this second half than they did really at all in the first. 1-1 the score. You're listening to Talksport. All square over on Talksport 2 as well, between Spurs and Frankfurt, and 0-0 Rangers against Bilbao at Ibrox. Rangers down to 10 men in that game. Of course, the winners there will play the victors of this quarter-final. As Dorgu tries to put Maitland-Niles under pressure. Down by the corner flag, he's done well. Dorgu, the referee's given a free kick. I'm not sure there was too much in that, was there?
No, it's a foul. It's just because he's got the hands on the shoulder. So as Maitland-Niles is turning, he's just pulling him down. That's more of a foul than anything that's been given today, to be fair. But at least now in the second half, Man United are hitting diags and putting pressure in behind for Lyon. It's been night and day, hasn't it, from the first half to the second half of this opening 10 minutes.
You're listening to Lyon against Manchester United in the Europa League, live on Talksport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car, making a big move or planning a clear out with vans of all shapes and sizes. If you've got a plan, they've got a van. You wonder what the Manchester United game plan will be for the final 32 minutes here. 1-1 going back to Old Trafford under normal circumstances would be a decent result away from home, but actually they've struggled more in front of their own fans, Manchester United, certainly since Ruben Amorim came in. They have at Old Trafford this season. Away from Old Trafford. Here's Casemiro, 5 yards inside the Manchester United half. 1-1 the score. As Ugarte just slows the game down to a walking pace and then knocks it back to Maguire. Out to the right, Dalot heads it forward. Casemiro, I think, could have ran onto that. He sort of stopped and hooks it back over his head into the United half of Mazraoui. And then the ball forward to Garnacho is knocked straight out of play by Dalot for a Lyon throw.
Just in that build-up there, though, Man United keep going back down that same side, and part of Amorim's work is to get the opposition to come into this left-hand side and work, and then as soon as you get out, it's into the striker, out through the opposite 10, now you're on the opposite side. And 3 times there now, Man United went straight back in and played into trouble. They are having to get to a point where they need to start doing the things that they've been working on. You see some of the old tendencies creeping back in. If you just believe in what the manager says, it will work out, because they've got out every single time they've done it right.
I'm sure that's the point that Ruben Amorim would have been making during the half-time team talk. It was one of his big strengths, and maybe one of the areas where Erik ten Hag, his predecessor, struggled, is communication. Makes it abundantly clear what he expects from this group of players. He did tell me after the derby on Sunday that it wasn't all about the Europa League this season. I think it probably is, Ruben, in all honesty. Well adrift Manchester United in terms of a European place, even though there could be as many as 8 or 9 English representatives in the various competitions next season. We know there'll be 5 in the Champions League. Here is Mikatadze, sliding challenge by Yoro to win it back for United, right on the edge of the area. And then Bruno Fernandes has released Garnacho. Garnacho trying to isolate Tolisso over on the right-hand side.
Good play.
Holds it up for Dalot to come forward, and that allows United to get more navy blue shirts up in support.
United look a bit tired though already. The midfield is becoming a little bit too end-to-end, and just whether they've got the legs to keep counter-attacking and counter-pressing at this moment in time. They're keeping the ball for a little bit now, and that does show why. But again, just watching Rasmus Højlund, he's offside. He's not offering a great deal. I feel like I'm picking on him a little bit here, but I just want to see a bit more. I actually want the young man to be successful.
Well, we're going to see Joshua Zirkzee surely at some point in this second half, and you wonder how fit Kobbie Mainoo is to make his return. Here's Yoro up on the edge of the penalty area. Yoro with a shot, low right-footed, just wide. Well, he scored once already tonight, Lenny Yoro, and for a moment he was sizing up his second.
He looks a player though, doesn't he, the young man? Growing with every game. Quite lightweight in terms of his physical build, but graceful with how he plays, and he's just a lovely little 1-2 there. Keeps driving to the edge of the box. You can see he wants to pass it because he knows as a defender this is not his strong suit, but he just opens up, so he lets a shot go, just scuffs it. Actually closer to scoring a second goal than Højlund's been to hitting the target all day, so not a bad one for him.
I mean, if you were a striker coach, where would you start with Rasmus Højlund?
Genuinely, you'd have to start with just confidence. I remember Gianfranco Zola doing a trip with us where we used to just shoot into an empty net, and it quite patronising as a professional, but he used to say, get used to hearing that sound of the ball hitting the back of the net and the noise it makes and the feeling of doing that. And then as it goes, you bring the keepers in and you change the angles and you make it more difficult, but have that initial understanding of hitting the target. I've been at the game against Rangers and watched him in the warm-up. Him and Zirkzee, even in the warm-ups, they don't score. They're dragging shots, they're missing shots, and it is a mindset. I don't care what anyone says. The good habits of hitting the target, they do creep into the games.
Joshua Zirkzee is being ready for action, you would imagine, to replace Hoyland. That's a good ball forward by Ugarte. Garnacho takes it in his stride. He's got Hoyland in the centre. He's made a dart to the near post, and Garnacho delays the cross, and sliding in near Ugarte concedes the corner. But you were frustrated again there that maybe Rasmus Hoyland didn't continue his run and give Garnacho an easier ball.
You said Garnacho delayed. It delays because Hoyland stops. He's running, he's side by side, sprint past him, and he's being taken off now, and he's got this look on his face as if he doesn't deserve it. He's hard done by. I'd challenge him to watch the game and do a little report on himself to say, what did you think you did good there?
Well, Joshua Zirkzee is on to lead the line now for Manchester United. Got his first European goal in that 1-1 draw against Sociedad away from home in the last round as the corner is played in. Lacazette should get it clear, and they could counter here, Lyon. Cherki with the ball out to his left-hand side, and Veretout. United, to their credit, have got back in number. Here is Almada, the man whose goal put Lyon in front after a mistake from Onana, cancelled out by Lenny Yoro right at the end of the first half. Maguire's frustrated that he didn't get a shout from his goalkeeper as he rather frantically knocked it out for a Lyon throw. That throw-in has been taken on this near side, and Almada back towards the halfway line, and Clinton Mata. 1-1 with 64 gone on Talksport. And this game is still finely poised in this first leg. Lyon trying to pick their way through with Tolisso. Might get a shot away here. Ugarte half-hearted in the tackle. Tolisso with a shot, having skipped away from Yoro, and he side foots it straight into the arms of Onana. I think for a moment there Ugarte was going to go diving in, and then he realised he was on a yellow card.
Should score. Ugarte does dive in to try and get the ball, he just can't break it, but then Tolisso just drops his shoulder and Mazraoui dives in past him. Unfortunately, just watching the replay, just kicks up just in front of him, and it's straight at Onana. But really good play again. Just worried for Man United. When Lyon have done the 1-2 and ran on, they can't stay with the runners in the midfield. I know we talk about the age of Casemiro and Ugarte, but they just look like people that run forward. They're desperate for Kobe Mainoo to be back, in my opinion. That player that's got that turn of pace, but that dynamism, that once they beat him, he's got to come back. At this moment in time, if you get past any of these Man United players, just keep running forward and you're in on goal.
This is the third time that Manchester United have played away from home against Lyon. Both the previous encounters ended in stalemate. Oh, here's an opportunity there for Mick Vitadza inside the penalty area, and he was just crowded out of it by Maguire, having taken the ball neatly in his spell initially. He hooks it away from goal, and I think that was as a result of being closed down, not just by Maguire but by Mazraoui as well.
Yeah, it's really good defending, emergency defending from Harry Maguire. But just a little tactical tweak that Lyon have done since Lacazette's come off. They've put the two strikers in between the three centre-backs, so no one's really marking. So when Mazraoui wants to go out and press on the right-hand side, they've got a striker in between, which makes Harry Maguire have to do that emergency defending, which we've just seen. So it's a really interesting tactic, because they're saying to Man United, yes, you can play out from the back, but we're just going to pick the pockets up in between the two now, and every time we have an opportunity, instead of crossing it, they're doing little slip passes in and allowing for their strikers now to be in the box and no defender can touch them. We've done it twice now in the last 2 minutes, and it's worked for them both times.
Onana's just launched the ball long, looking for Bruno Fernandes. Veretout has to take evasive action and play it out for a throw, level with the 18-yard line on this left-hand side. Yoro then clips it forward to Garnacho. Neat little back heel from him, picked up by Casemiro inside the area. He can't quite give it back to Garnacho, and then Maitland-Niles slides to prevent the ball going behind for what would have been a Manchester United corner. It's out for a throw. We've played 67 minutes on Talksport. It's still 1-1. Still 1-1 over on Talksport 2 between Spurs and Frankfurt, and 0-0. 10-man Rangers against Athletic Bilbao. That would be a heck of a result for Rangers if they could hold on, having lost a man very early in proceedings. Chelsea 3-0 winners away from home against Legia Warsaw in the first leg of their Conference League quarter-final. You heard that one live on Talksport 2 earlier this evening. And game day returns this weekend. 12:30 kick-off. Manchester City against Crystal Palace. That's live on Talksport. Here on Talksport 2 at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. It is Southampton against Aston Villa in the Premier League.
Have you got that one? Southampton.
I am at Southampton, yeah.
That makes sense.
Nice local one.
Nice local one again.
Here is Casemiro. Adam Lallana amongst the Southampton management team following Ivan Juric's departure. Free kick for United. Handball signalled by the referee against Mata. And this is a free kick in a promising position. Casemiro just flicked it over his head, and I'm not sure he meant the handball, but actually had a second go at it, didn't he? And sort of swept it away with the right forearm. Free kick then for United. Once again, Lenny Yoro, their goal scorer at the end of the first half, and Maguire being summoned forward by Bruno Fernandes, the captain. It's right in the centre of the Lyon half, away to our left. United roared on by nearly 4,000 travelling fans. Fernandes to Maguire, knocks it across the 6-yard box, but the referee had already blown for a foul. I think a little push from Maguire just to buy himself an extra yard as that ball came in. But it's won back by Ugarte, given away by the Uruguayan. And a chance for Lyon to come forward and switch the play out their left-hand side. Tagliafico forward to Mikatadze, the Georgian. Back out to Tagliafico again on that left-hand side. You already feel with only a quarter of this first leg to play, the next goal could be absolutely crucial in terms of the outcome. Can Manchester United give themselves a lead to take to Old Trafford, or will Lyon get their nose in front, make the Niles into the penalty area? Elise Dorg on his backside, he cut the pass back with Lacazette, comes from Mikatadze, shot blocked by Mazraoui, and now Manchester United are away. Xerxes releases Garnacho down the right, needs to pick the right pass here. Alejandro Garnacho, it was away from Bruno Fernandes. He can't quite believe it, the captain. He berates the young Argentine, and a 3-on-2 situation comes to nothing. Troy,
that's terrible from Garnacho. Everything about both sets of players is like they're trying to find that perfect pass. For Man United, really good defending, they get away with it. But as it comes into Xerxes, he plays a lovely ball into Garnacho. Then he does a great run round the outside, which is a third-man run, which takes a defender with. And all he has to do then at that point, he just slip Fernandes in just to go and shoot. I spoke about it in the first half with Dorgu when he bounces one in. This time Garnacho overhits it. Bruno Fernandes is stretching, can't keep it under his control. It's just small details, and to the untrained eye it looks like it's a bad pass. It's a simple pass, just leave it there, let your best player go and come onto it and do what he does, which is score goals. And this would have been a completely different game if Man United were 2-1 up.
It's been an alarming drop-off in form for Alejandro Garnacho. Before he was dropped for the Manchester derby, you may recall at the Etihad back in mid-December, he scored 8 goals in the first 20 games of the season, as Maitland-Niles hammers across high over the crossbar and out for a goal kick. Since that Manchester derby, when he and Rashford were omitted from the squad, he's got 1 goal and 4 assists in his last 21 appearances.
Yeah, and look, he's played well. He does a lot without the ball, where he's running and he's driving in. But I just think to take him to the next level, and dare I say, for him to stay at Man United, he has to have more goals, more assists. And while Man United are delivering on that, he has to deliver on that, because if they sell him, obviously for PSI it'd be great, but they don't know what Amad Diallo is going to come back at. You don't know after an injury, is he going to be at that level he was once at? You can't go out and spend another 60, 70 million because they don't have that available. So it's a big end of season for him.
They did post some pictures, Manchester United, on their social media channels earlier today of Amad Diallo back in training gear with a ball at his feet inside the dome at their Carrington training ground. So that backs up what we were saying earlier, that he should be back before the end of the season, despite the initial prognosis that he maybe wouldn't kick a ball again this term. Manchester United here, meanwhile, have got a free kick. Dorgu away down the left-hand side, just caught by Maitland-Niles, and it's a free kick level with the penalty spot, a couple of yards in from the left touchline. Again, Maguire and Lenny Yoro have come forward from the back. Joshua Xerxes is a big presence in the air as well, and Bruno Fernandes
might shoot
stands over the free kick.
Might shoot here, you know, Cookie. 3-1.
He does whip it towards that far post. Was that a shot or a cross? Either way, it's gone behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, he's just overcooked it, but it's that area of the pitch where you can cross shoot and either way it's going to be all right if you hit the target anyway. But he's overcooked that one, and change here for Man United. It looks like Ugarte off and Mason Mount coming on.
Yeah, Mason Mount himself has had wretched issues with injury since joining Manchester United from Chelsea. This is only his 5th appearance of the season. It's his 50th in Europe over the course of his career. Mason Mount, a former Champions League winner, and he is on to add fresh legs in that midfield area for the final 18 minutes plus added time. 1-1 on Talksport. Rory McIlroy now just 2 shots back on Justin Rose on the first day of the Masters over at Augusta. Regular updates throughout the weekend with Rupert Bell and Sean O'Brien, our dedicated golf team. The ball is back with Onana inside the Manchester United 6-yard box. He plays it short to Yoro. Heavy touch from Yoro. Invited pressure, but still managed to spoon feed the ball back to his keeper. And now Mazraoui out to the right-hand side, and Diogo Dalot still all square in Lyon. Still 1-1 between Spurs and Frankfurt at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Both these quarter-finals involving Premier League sides look like they will be in the balance heading into the second leg a week today. This is Dorgu for United, linking up with Mount, having just come on, and Mount is in behind Veretout. Has to race to keep the ball in play, and his back heel is picked up by Garnacho and out for a Manchester United throw.
A willing runner though, Alex, just having somebody who wants to run in behind without the ball in Mason Mount. I think he can be really, really important in this system, as with Luke Shaw. Unfortunately, if they can stay fit, is the only thing we've ever got to worry about with both of those players. If they can stay fit for this system, it will be perfect, absolutely perfect for Ruben Amorim and this Man United team. But again, if buts and maybes.
Yoro with the ball forward, asking Xerxes to chase, but it skips out of play and away from the Dutchman, out for a throw. Joshua Xerxes with his first ever Manchester United goal right at the end of the first half to get them back on level terms after Onana had allowed Almada's effort to sail beyond him into the far corner and give Lyon the lead. Here is Tolisso midway inside the Lyon half. The breakthrough has come at Ibrox. We'll be hot-footing it to Glasgow very shortly, but Lyon coming forward with Tolisso. Space to his left and Tagliafico. And his cross is blocked behind by Mazraoui, so let's find out about that all-important opener at Ibrox. Here's David Tanner.
And it's 10-man Rangers 0, Athletic Bilbao 1, and it's substitute Alex Berenguer who scores the goal after 76 minutes. He's only been on the pitch for 2 minutes. There was a shot which Liam Kelly saved but spilled, and Alex Berenguer pounced from close range to put the ball past the stand-in Rangers goalkeeper in for the dropped Jack Butland. So disappointment for Rangers, who've defended so well so far. But it's Rangers 0, Athletic Bilbao 1.
So Rangers with it all to do there. The winners of that tie will face whoever comes out on top between Lyon and Manchester United. 1-1, 75 minutes into this first leg on Talksport. The Lyon corner comfortably dealt with by the United defence, and the French hosts have it back inside their own half with Mata. And now Niakate. But United content just to let Lyon have the ball inside their own final third and sit back in their shape. Niakate is going to go a bit more direct here, looking for the run of Mikatadze, headed away by Dalot, but didn't get too much distance on it. An important touch by Casemiro to stop Lacazette on the edge of the penalty area. And here's Bruno Fernandes with the chance to turn defence into attack. Is another inch-perfect pass to Garnacho, whose touch wasn't anywhere near as good, but Xerxes still comes bulldozing through, and the goalkeeper Lucas Perry slides at the feet of Xerxes and takes the ball cleanly.
It's become a game of transition, hasn't it? Both teams turning the ball over, getting a bit tired, getting a bit sloppy, and it's whoever just has that little bit of quality at the end. Lacazette, the ball broke to him, he gives the ball away, then it turns over. Fernandes sets Garnacho away, he's 1v1, heavy touch again, runs into traffic. It's just that little bit of quality at the end. We'll see somebody score here. You'd be struggling to say you don't see a goal coming here, don't you, Alex? The way it just keeps turning over and people having opportunities to be in the final third.
Yeah, 14 to play, 1-1. This game brought to you in partnership with TNT, the home of European football. Mason Mount tussling with Maitland-Niles, but The loose ball has fell kindly for Lyon. It's towards Lacazette at the far post. Decent block by Mazraoui. And Bruno Fernandes inside his own area plays it forward to Mount. Good hold-up play by United's number 7. He then rides the challenge from Tagliafico. Mason Mount can't get the ball out from under his feet. Good refereeing. And then there's a coming together between Mason Mount and Tagliafico. There was a little nod of heads there. Lacazette in the face of Mason Mount, who is laughing.
What's going on here?
And then Joshua Zirkzee and Casemiro getting involved as well. It was good refereeing initially because there was a foul on Mount. Referee looked to see if there was an advantage. There wasn't. Brings the play back. And, well, this is all rather unnecessary. Tagliafico is properly reared up.
I don't know why, though, because he's made the tackle on Mount. Mount's got off and played on. There's no issues, and then he just goes back in again. Like handbags for no real reason there. Lacazette tried to get involved, and the best part about it all is Mason Mount was just standing there smirking, so he was about as scared as me and you were, I think.
Well, the referee has a yellow card out here. The two captains, Bruno Fernandes and Alexander Lacazette, deep in conversation. I think Tagliafico really was the aggressor.
If Mason Mount gets a yellow card, this is embarrassing.
Well, Mason Mount is being called over. He can't quite believe it. But it's a yellow card for him and a yellow card for Tagliafico, the Lyon fullback. The third Manchester United booking. Mason Mount, unsurprisingly, giving his lack of minutes, not one of the United players, a yellow card away from suspension. Nor is Tagliafico, so that won't affect his participation in the second leg. 1-1 here on Talksport. We've got 11 minutes to play. Can Manchester United forage a winner in those final 11 minutes to give themselves a real advantage heading back to Old Trafford? Neat touch from Zirkzee into Bruno Fernandes. Well forward here, Fernandes. Pass again, slightly behind Mason Mount. Fernandes wins it back, and then a little Rabona pass out to Dorgu. Dorgu with a cross towards Garnacho, and that's a good save from the goalkeeper. Garnacho with a left foot half volley into the ground. It bounced awkwardly for Lucas Perry, but he claws it away. Garnacho looks to the heavens in frustration. I think he feels that it should be 2-1 Manchester United right now.
It's a great ball from Dorgu again. Fernandes at the heart of it. But as he plays that into the 7-8 yards out, it's a poor contact again. He hits it into the ground, Garnacho. No real contact. And if he had a proper contact, it'll be going into that far corner, and we'll be saying what a goal that is for Man United. But again, more pressure for Man United.
Fernandes with a corner over the head of Dalot. Casemiro nods it wide. Goalkeeper rooted to the spot, and another big chance goes begging for Manchester United. Let's get back to Ibrox. Penalty there, David Tanner.
Oh, and it's been saved! Oh, it's been saved! Liam Kelly saves a penalty kick from Alex Berenguer. Alex Berenguer, who 2 minutes ago had thought he'd scored a goal, but then there was a VAR call. The goal was disallowed, but then they spotted a penalty, and the same player who thought he scored 2 minutes ago, Alex Berenguer, was given the penalty, and it was saved. He hit it low and hard, but it was saved by the feet of Liam Kelly in goal. The score remains, after 82 minutes, Rangers 0, Athletic Bilbao 0. Madness.
So all three of these quarterfinals involving British clubs locked it all square. 1-1 over on Talksport 2 between Spurs and Frankfurt. Tottenham behind early in that game. Ugo Ekitike putting the German side in front. Pedro Porro with the equaliser. 0-0 as you've heard there at Ibrox, and 1-1 here between Lyon and Manchester United. Lacazette, though, has the ball inside the area. Tolisso with a chance to cross, hits Mason Mount, and it goes clear. The other quarter-final finished Bodo Glimt 2, Lazio 0. And the victors of that tie lying in wait for either Frankfurt or Tottenham in the semi-final. And that was a bit of a surprise result over in Scandinavia.
You'd expect Lazio to be better, wouldn't you, in the second game? But last 10 minutes here, you want Man United to just step on it. I'm just thinking here quickly, would they be happy with a draw, Man United, and go back to Old Trafford and go, right, we can definitely win at our place? Or will they try and go for the win here while it feels like it's in the balance and try and protect that lead in a week's time?
Well, I mentioned the home form. That's the problem with that plan. Normally, a draw away from home in the first leg of a European tie would be an excellent result, but they have struggled to win games at Old Trafford. Of course, they did it in the last round, 1-1 away from home against Real Sociedad. Better team for much of that first leg, and then absolutely battered the Spaniards in the return game. Double change in the offing for Manchester United. Victor Lindelof is one of the players coming on, and Kobbie Mainoo, who looks like he's had a new haircut during his 10-game absence, is also coming on.
And he's been in the gym as well. Looks like he's put a bit of muscle on as well, so can only be good for the young man's development.
Here come Lyon down the right before those changes can be made, though. Opportunity on the edge of the penalty area, and it's blazed over the bar by Cherki, and it will be a goal kick for United with 8 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. You are listening to Lyon against Manchester United in the Europa League, live on Talksport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Rent from the best lineup in the UK. Enterprise has all the vehicles your business needs, with the flexibility to rent for minutes or for months. More vital minutes here for Kobbie Mainoo on his return to action. Alejandro Garnacho disappointed as his number goes up. Again, we haven't quite seen the best of Garnacho this evening. So Kobbie Mainoo on in his place, and Harry Maguire, who Ruben Amorim admitted was having to manage his minutes when he was taken off later on in the Manchester derby, again won't see out the full 90. Victor Lindelof, whose contract is up at the end of the season, he'll be leaving United, comes on. What does that change Mainoo on for Garnacho tell you about the answer to your question whether Manchester United will settle for a draw?
I don't know, because if you remember, just before the injury, they were playing Kobbie Mainoo a little bit more forward, weren't they? And he said he sees him as a 10. I'm just trying to see as Fernandes gives the ball away here.
Yeah, this could be problems for Manchester United. Lenny Yoro comes across and misses the ball, misses the man luckily as well, or he was in danger of giving away a penalty. Cherki keeps Lyon in possession on that far side. Here is Almada, their goal scorer. Cross comes in from Cherki towards Lacazette, but straight into the arms of Onana. So it stays 1-1 with 6 minutes to play. A reminder to get your calls into the sports bar 0371722 3344. Manchester United fans, what have you made of your team's performance tonight? How do you assess your chances of progress to the semi-finals a week today? 0371722 3344. Jason Cundy and Darren Ambrose taking your calls right the way through until 1 a.m. tomorrow morning.
It looks like Kobbie Mainoo's gone in as an additional midfielder, and Fernandes has moved up one. So again, it's not the worst change, is it? Because you get Fernandes in those exciting positions where you want him. Kobbie Mainoo again offers more legs and protection in and around Casemiro. So to answer your question, does he want to win the game or not? I'd actually say it's more of an attacking change than it was defensive.
Dorgu into Casemiro, just outside the box on this left-hand side. Casemiro back to Yoro, the Manchester United goal scorer in the final seconds of the first half to get us to this 1-1 score. Fernandes tries to help it on to Mainoo, but it's smashed upfield by Veretout. Now a play for a Manchester United throw on their right-hand side.
It's a Lyon throw.
Oh, it's gone Lyon's way. And a chance for the home side to commit white shirts forward. And what seems beyond any doubt is if we do get a third goal, it surely will now be the winner. Now Madder into Lacazette, wearing bright yellow boots, the former Arsenal striker. Cherki running at Dorgu, back to Lacazette, and he lifts his shot over the crossbar, and he knows, Lacazette, that Lyon might not get a better chance to win the game.
That's really poor from a man of his quality and experience. Snatched at the shot, he's tried to place it right into that top corner. He's not far away, to be fair to him, but you have to hit the target. I do think when Lyon get in those final third areas, the way that they pick players out in the box, he's so much better than Man United. Man United have the better build-up, better play, but right in that final third, that more penetrative, more dynamic in their movement, everything's just better for Lyon. And Man United feels a little bit too forced, a little bit too pre-constructed from the manager, and you want to see a little bit more freedom.
Dallo into Fernandes. Fernandes crosses into the box. It's over the head of Dorgu. Didn't really go up for that header with any great courage or conviction, Dorgu, and Lyon should be able to clear the ball away here. 4 minutes to go, still 1-1, but still you sense there is going to be a winner one way or the other. Tolisso stretching those long legs and coming forward over the halfway line for Lyon. Options ahead of him. Lacazette can't take the ball in his stride, and it's swept away by Dorgu. Xerxes holds it up, and then Fernandez lays it off for Casemiro midway inside the Manchester United half of the field. Dalot looked to come forward and then check back to Mazraoui. And Victor Lindelof now operating at the heart of that three-man central defensive line for Manchester United, finds Lenny Yoro, their goal scorer. It does set us up for a barnstorming second leg at Old Trafford a week today. That game live right here on Talksport. We'll hear the second leg of Spurs against Frankfurt live on Talksport 2. That's 1-1. And they're into stoppage time at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, 0-0. 10-man Rangers against Athletic Bilbao. Rangers have saved a penalty in that game.
Not one there.
They got chalked off, didn't it, for a VAR review? Yeah. Can United find a winner here? Mainu heads it down. Fernandez on the edge of the penalty area. Look at Joshua Xerxes at the far post. And Joshua Xerxes heads beyond the goalkeeper and may just have won this first leg for Manchester United. Fernandez, as so often, their creator-in-chief. It was his cross that's been nodded in from point-blank range. Joshua Xerxes, with only his second ever European goal for United. It could be the goal that helps take them into a semi-final. 2 minutes to play. It is Lyon 1, Manchester United 2.
Again, really good play for Bruno Fernandes. What a ball. And I told you, again, I keep saying it, whatever striker comes in looks better. Xerxes, wonderful ball, and what a powerful header this is. There's nothing Maitland-Niles could do defensively, and there's nothing that the keeper could do. What a header. Again, that was confidence personified. Proper strong header. Man United 2-1, and they've smashed and grabbed this. I did say, it feels like there's going to be a goal. Man United have got it. Well done, Joshua Xerxes.
And what a massive moment in the tie that could be. It's his 7th goal of the season, Xerxes. It was laid on a plate by Bruno Fernandes. And Lyon, who've had chances of their own to win the game, all of a sudden find themselves behind. And it's very much advantage Manchester United now. Only a minute of normal time to play. They were 1-0 down, remember, until the final seconds of the first half. Lenny Yoro nodded them on level terms, and Joshua Xerxes off the bench to surely win this first leg. We will find out very shortly how many added minutes there will be, but you'd imagine Lyon are going to throw the kitchen sink at United now. Lacazette can't keep the ball in play. It's a goal kick for the visitors.
Just feels like that was a dagger in the heart, doesn't it, in this competition. Just see pictures now of the subs bench and the fan base. It's gone quieter. It just feels that this was a moment in time for Lyon. They were on the front foot in the second half, and Man United have thrown that dagger in there. Get Bruno Fernandes with that excellent bit of quality, and Joshua Xerxes. Just, I don't know what it is, Alex. You tell me. You watch more Man United games than me. Why is it that the one who comes on looks better than the one who starts every single game?
It is one of life's mysteries, and one that I'm sure Ruben Amorim, day in, day out on the training pitch, is trying to solve. We're into 5 added minutes at the end of the 90. Manchester United leading by 2-1 here on Talksport. Kobbie Mainu wins it back doggedly on the far side. Who knows, they might get a third here, United. Xerxes and Mount up into port. Clever cutback by Mainu to Bruno Fernandes. Midway inside the Lyon half. They're content here, Manchester United, just to keep possession, just to take the sting out of Lyon as the home side search for a late equaliser. Good play by Dalot. Rise one challenge and then finds Xerxes, edge of the penalty area. Kobbie Mainu's in space inside the box here. He couldn't get the ball out from under his stud. Xerxes with a shot blocked by Niakate, I think it was, as Mason Mount chipped into the far post. Xerxes there again and headed behind by Mata for a Manchester United corner. 2-1 they lead, 4 added minutes to play.
Xerxes has done more in, 15-20 minutes than he probably has all season. This is when you look at him and go, there's a player in there, there's someone that you could build on. Gets on the half turn again really well and drives at this Lyon back line. him and Mainoo's link-up play already has been miles better than anything they had in the first hour. So a lot of positives for Man U. They want to manage this game. I'm surprised they're putting this corner into the box, if I'm honest with you. I'd expect him to keep it and try and just run down 30-40 seconds. But it feels like Man U feel like they're on the ascendancy and need to go and get an extra goal.
Fernandes with the corner in the second added minute at the end of the 90. Headed up inside the penalty area. The goalkeeper was fouled, I think, by Mason Mount. It's going to be a free kick for Lyon from inside their own 6-yard box, and time is no longer on their side. Not sure Mason Mount did an awful lot wrong there. In fact, Kobbie Mainoo was dragged to the ground by Lacazette. I wonder if VAR would have had a look at that had the free kick not already gone Lyon's way.
Dragged is a bit of a over-egging there, is it not?
Well, the Euro's just been caught with a high foot. Free kick for Manchester United.
Are you saying he was dragged, or are you going to let your Man United bias come out again on these national airwaves?
No bias at all there.
That's a bit naughty, though.
Yeah, Euro, who obviously had injury issues when he first signed for Manchester United. They paid a handsome sum for the 19-year-old, £52 million from Lille. Missed the start of the season, but it was his header right at the end of the first half that really changed the complexion of this tie. United had toiled to that point. Probably have been the better team overall in the second half, Manchester United.
Yeah, I would say first half was Lyon. They edged it. It's had a bit more about them. I think second half has been all Man United, and maybe a 3 or 4 minute spell of Lyon looking good, but the changes for Man United have been so much better, had more impact. Kobbie Mainoo looks really bright and bubbly, and just looks like he's been away, but he looks like he's got bigger and stronger, and that can only be good for Man United moving forward.
2 minutes to play. Lyon 1, Manchester United 2. Into the dying seconds at Tottenham. 1-1 there on Talksport 2. As Xerxes wrestles Rayan Cherki off the ball, and
that's good play.
Quickly moves into the Lyon half, out to his right, and Dalot clips it forward to Bruno Fernandes down by the right corner flag. Nice. Clever little feint inside from him, gets it back from Joshua Xerxes. Does he know it's cleared away? Only as far as Mainoo. Mainoo is out-muscled by Lacazette, and then he was grabbing hold of the Lyon striker. Kobbie Mainoo will get a yellow card. It's a free kick for Lyon with little over a minute to play. This will be the last opportunity, you sense, for the French side to get the ball forward in search of an equalising goal.
Really good play again from Mainoo. Just showed a bit of maturity there, not letting Lacazette get away. So it was a turnover, and again was allowing Lyon to come back this back line. But it just feels that Man U need to see this next minute out just with the ball, though, not try to defend. They've got to get the ball back and then just have a little bit more quality in keeping the ball.
Maitland-Niles did well to keep it in down by the corner flag. Here's Almada. Can he get a shot away? Forward to Lacazette. Little back heel from him. Chance for Cherki, maybe. Straight at Onana. He spilt it, and Lyon have another gift.
God.
Another gift from Onana. And out of nowhere, the French side back on level terms. Rayan Cherki just could not miss. But it is another catastrophe for Andre Onana. Just when you thought he might have the last laugh, he has laid it on a plate for Cherki right at the end of the game. It is Lyon 2, Manchester United 2.
What are you doing, man? At first I thought maybe he's offside, but he's nowhere near offside. It's so bad from Onana. Again, Man United holding on. The shot's come at him, and it has been fired at him, but he parries it down 4 yards out in the middle of his goal. And again, like all good strikers, Cherki is just running out and just puts it in on that left-hand side. No way he can miss from there. Man United, again, will feel like this is a loss. This is the game done, because Cherki was there, 2 yards out, puts it in. Onana, do us all a favour, mate. Shut up.
And how costly could that mistake be? Lyon looked like they would be heading to Old Trafford with a deficit to make up, but it is all square because the full-time whistle has sounded. Rayan Cherki with a gift from Onana in the 5th added minute at the end of the 90 has rescued a draw for Lyon, just when Joshua Xerxes' late header looked to have won it for Ruben Amorim's side. Onana looks crestfallen. but once again, it's his errors that have cost Manchester United dear. He made a mess of the first goal. Almada finding the far corner with a free kick. Lenny Yoro with his first ever strike for Manchester United levelled it up in first half stoppage time. Xerxes then nodded them in front, but another error from Onana, spilling a shot straight to the feet of Rayan Cherki, gives us a full-time score of Lyon 2, Manchester United 2.
Andre Onana. Ruben Amorim hasn't got the answer. Has he ever thought of dropping him? Gifts, head starts for their opposition whenever they play. It's been going on for 2 years. It's been going on far too long, and it just has to stop. Manchester United robbed of a crucial away win in a knockout tie in European competition. It is simply not good enough. You can have your say here on Talksport 03717 223344 and everything you've seen and heard this evening.